Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? Dawn here with a new Dawn coming at you live with some truth. So last video we talked about authenticity, what it looked like, what it was, how we can embody it, how can we walk in it, all of those things, right? But one thing that I have found is it's a whole other ballpark of walking, standing, living in that authenticity. Once we realize what our authentic truth is, what our values are, who we are as a person, it's very different to be able to walk into that. So I used to conform. I had a mask in different places. Every group, I was a different person. Every situation, I was a different person. I had no idea who I was. I had no idea what my authenticity looked like. And I had no idea that I didn't have my worthiness, my deservability, and my enoughness. They're all three things that are key in walking, standing tall in our truth. So that made me believe that I wasn't worthy, right? That I wouldn't have friends, I wouldn't be loved, I wouldn't have support, all of that narrative, right? All of the not enoughness. And in that, it held me back from my life, right? It held me back from what I was really wanting to do with my life. It held me back from my joy. It held me back from reaching out to genuine connections of genuine people. And it kept me small, stagnant, and afraid. And in that space, I went to the bottom of the barrel. I hit my bottom time and time again until I realized that I needed to change. I needed to take the moving steps forward and walk my walk, no one else's walk. And in that, I lost everyone. I learned that all of those masks that I was putting on, all of those things that I thought made me fit in, were just a facade, right? Those people didn't stay. They didn't give two shits about me. Part of They didn't really care if I was happy or enjoyed. All they cared about was how I could conform to them, how I could be tweaked, twatted, and pulled, pushed, whatever way they wanted to be. When I started standing in that, I lost them. I learned that blood isn't thicker than water. I learned that people come and go. And I learned the value of myself, of my self-worth, of my self-love, of my self-beliefs, and the core values that I hold on to. And in that, I was able to start walking the path of myself, to find myself, who Adon was, what I liked, what brought me joy, what made happiness, what made me live. Because I went so many years without living, conforming, molding, and being everyone that everyone else wanted me to be, because I was so many people. And I had to change for myself, first and foremost. I had to walk into stand tall in my authenticity for myself and know what that looked like. So I had to change in a way that I had to get deeply rooted in Adon. What did it look like in my sexuality, in my gender, in my career, in my spirituality, in my beliefs, in my integrity, in my validation, in all of the things that create us, right? My creativity, all of these things. I had to figure that out. And I had to walk the course of allowing myself to be fluid in change, to move forward. And that's a slippery slope, because we are that old comfort. They're right there. Our back door is right there, right? And it's so easy to slip on into that, put those masks on, be what they want to see, right? But is that serving you? Every time you put a mask on, every time that you don't speak your truth, that you don't value or feel enough in who you are as a person, you feel dead inside. You get small. And you lose yourself, you lose your spirit. And that is not what we're here to do, friends. We are not here. We are here on this planet to be alive, to feel joy and happiness and pain, and not run or hide or numb or whatever it is that we are taught to do. That is not the way, right? But it's easier. It's most definitely easier. So I had to take the road less traveled. I had to walk a path that not many have walked, especially in my family, especially in my culture, especially in my upbringing. If you look at my past, I am a contradiction of all things. I grew up ranching in rodeo. I was a beef ambassador. My major was in agriculture. And in my truth, in this development, I found out that I needed to honor the sacredness of life. And in that, I went plant-based. I went deeply into spirituality. I went deeply into myself. And I am not any of those things anymore, but they all make me, right? And we are contradiction of all things because we are called for expansion. We are not supposed to be the same person that we were when we were in high school. We're supposed to evolve. We're supposed to grow. The caterpillar doesn't want to just stay the caterpillar. Goes into the butterfly. But are you, with your talk, with your self-limiting beliefs, with your doubt, all of these things that you are creating inside of you, the people that you're spending time with, letting them influence you, letting them guide you, are you not allowing yourself to go into that molting? Are you not allowing yourself to turn into mush to where you can become that butterfly? Are you stopping your change? And so the undeniable truth here is that, for one, you're worthy enough to stand in your truth, 100%. But how do we get there? How do we express ourselves every single day, express our truth, create new pathways? And it all starts with the simple act of moving forward. Sometimes I am in a situation and it's old situations, right? Around people that knew the old me, people that have expectations, assumptions, or whatever of me to be this person, this party animal, this get drunk and do drugs and do all of these things, be a cowboy, spit chew, right? They all think that, right? So when I'm in those situations around those people, I have to connect to my breath. I have to connect to my body. I have to connect to my truth. What is that for me? And how can I stand that ground right now? So when someone uses my wrong pronouns or the wrong name or dead names me or said, you were a lot cooler when you were partying, how do I show up for myself? And sometimes, chef kiss. It looks beautiful. And sometimes it is downright ugly. And my inner child screams at me, I am afraid. I am scared because the last time we were here, we were hurt. And so how can I allow my body to feel safe? How can I connect to the breath? Say that I'm safe, that I'm held and I'm supported. And even though that last time we did this, we were hurt, today I got you. Today we're not going to allow those people to hurt us because my truth is way more important than other people's comforts. My truth is way more important than other people's comforts. And so I have to stand tall in that. And it starts by the small acts, the tiny, tiny little things that create big momentum, right? That first time where we speak our truth, that first time where we say, my pronouns are this, or I'm a spiritual person, or I don't eat meat like I used to, or at all, or whatever it may be, right? And other people's responses to who you are none of your business, for one, and are not a reflection of you. Each judgment that is cast upon you is a reflection of themselves because we are just mirrors of mirrors, right? Connect to your breath. Stick to your truth. Dig your roots down. Dig them down so deep that no matter what storm comes in and hits them, you're able to stand your ground. And I won't lie to you. Some storms, my tree moves a little. It's like, wow, I haven't seen this storm before. I don't necessarily know what to do, but I know that this is my truth. I know that 100%. So I'm going to sit, I'm going to pause, I'm going to respond instead of react, and I'm going to create a new narrative for myself. And every single time we do that, it gets easier and easier, and our muscles get bigger and bigger. And then all of a sudden you're at the top of a building expressing your truth and not giving a flying F what anyone else thinks, because it doesn't matter. Take your power back from every single person, place, thing, situation, ideology, whatever it is. Take your power back, because it is not theirs. That is yours. It is no one else's. I know this takes courage, but choose courage over comfort any day, any single day. And start with yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, hi, my name is Dawn. My pronouns are they and them. I'm queer. I'm a spiritual life advisor, and I love myself. And it's going to be really uncomfortable, especially if you've never expressed that to yourself. But I promise you, every single time you do it, you get muscle, you get diligence, you get resilience. And in that, it piles up. And you become invincible, where you lovingly let go your armor, because you're standing so tall in who you are and where you're walking. If you are doing your very best every single day, allowing that to look different, that's all that matters. So be okay with people leaving. Be okay with change. Be okay with transformation, because those are inevitables of life. They're always going to happen. But it's the decision that you need to make in order to create the life worth living. Are you creating your life, your vision, your beliefs, or someone else's? Take off those masks. Be genuine to who you are. And anytime that you feel like you cannot do it, that the fear is real, reach out. Ask a friend. Have support. And I am always here for you, rooting for you, because we need you to be exactly who you are. You are on this planet to be no one else. No one else. We need your gifts, your flavor, your spice. Nothing else. Nothing more, nothing less. You are perfectly imperfect. The moment you start realizing that, walking into that and expressing that, life gets easier. I hope this message leaves you with a little courage, a little faith, a little hope. If this is something that you're struggling with or you have struggled with, let me know. Tell me in the comments what your story is about not being able to speak your truth, stand tall in who you are, when that imposter syndrome, that unworthiness, that not enoughness comes through. Tell me. Be vulnerable, because I will be here holding and supporting you and walking you back home to your true, authentic self each and every day. Much love to you, friends. I'm sorry that it's been a while. I have been busy, but no excuses here. I will be there next week for Mindful Monday, and thank you so much for being here with me and on this journey. I love you. I'm here for you. And like always, if you need anything, reach out. How do I end my Facebook Live?